So, I got a few questions for you guys and gals. Do you like animals, most particularly dogs? Do you support adoption and shelters? Do you enjoy sim games? What about time management games? If your answer to these questions is a resounding yes, then you might find yourselves very interested in today's indie game showcase highlight. What's up, girls and boys? What's up, internet? I am Vianca, and today we'll be taking a look at Little Rock Games and Freedom Games to the rescue. To the Rescue is a time management simulation game where you maintain your very own dog shelter, take care of different breeds of dogs, each with their own unique charm, and try and help them find their own forever homes. Like most time management sim games, you decide how you're going to grow your own business, or in this case, your own dog shelter. From its name and upgrades, trying to control disease outbreaks and vaccinations, getting to know each and every dog and their preference, and make tough decisions, which includes putting dogs down as it comes as an option for this title. You can also expand the land where your shelter is, hire staff members, build up foster home connections, manage your inventory and stocks, set up events through Barkbook, which could increase donations, adoptions, and foster care homes, as well as your reputation. You can also play with the dogs you have in your care once you've unlocked the play area. Interestingly, in this title, pups that end up in your shelter, or adult dogs depending on what the RNG of the game decides, can learn various traits depending on how well or not you take care of them, and these play a part in whether they are adopted as well. Even vaccinations and curing diseases play a role in what kind of trait the dogs in your shelter end up having. Those who come looking to adopt dogs also have preferences of their own that you need to meet if you want them to take home a furry forever friend. Though sometimes with a little bit of a push or even simply raising their desire to adopt, the visitors to your shelter will end up adopting dogs that aren't even what they are looking for. Adoptability also differs between adult dogs and puppies, with adults only having 4 stars in their own files, while pups have 5. This game isn't your typical time management sim game, especially when it comes to the controls and how gameplay works. Often, most especially at the beginning of the game, things are hectic with so many dogs to take care of and so little time in doing so. The shelter opens up and your work begins at 8 a.m. and ends by 6 p.m. Each minute in-game is a second in real life and only speeds up when you choose to hold events, or upon unlocking the option to do so when you let the NPCs play with the dogs. And despite still being able to work and move around after office hours, you can't do so without any repercussions, as depending on how many hired workers you have with you, you'll have trouble keeping your earnings, as you'd have to pay them for their overtime work as well. Downtimes can occur when there are fewer dogs in the kennels and no new dogs are being left in the shelter. Having said that, such days can end up being pretty boring, as you are left with very little to do, and even lesser things to pour your time over when you have helpers with you. After each day, you are given your earnings, and depending on how well you manage your dog shelter and how many dogs were adopted, you also get skill points, which you can then use to purchase skills and upgrades in Leashed In. You can choose handling, which are skills that help you get better at handling dogs, Logistics, which ensure that dogs have better well-being or that people who want to adopt dogs will find them more desirable. Public relations, which help you get word of your shelter out and helps increase your shelter's reputation. And handiwork, where you can unlock rooms, upgraded kennels, and facilities for your shelter. To get a better understanding on how the game works and its gameplay, let's go on ahead and play one in-game day. Maybe I could also show you guys some tips and tricks to use while we're at it. Alright, so here we are. I actually have started the game before. I'm on day 29, which basically it has, or I have already completed a majority of the story, I feel like, because the game starts off with you simply trying to find the owner of this lost dog, and then it sort of evolves into you helping out at the local shelter and you finally getting your own shelter for, you know, yourself to manage, which is where we are at the moment. But yeah, I'm just gonna show you guys the gameplay. I can't really explain what the story is because it honestly feels like there's no story to this. So let's load the game. That's really cute. So yeah, I've already hired 2 helpers. I'm just gonna give you guys a tour. So this is where the new dogs come in. So you pick them up and then you bring them over here where all of my kennels are. So I've upgraded quite a bit. I've unlocked quite a bit of kennels types. So yeah, these are all the dogs that I have. I don't really have to do much because I already have some helpers with me too, to be exact, and I have some more kennels here. Hello, Chopper. And also this room on the right, hold on, I've planned my shelter quite poorly, but yeah, this room on the right is the break room. You need that in order to hire helpers. This one is for when dogs get sick and you need to vaccinate them, or when you need to euthanize them, because again, it's an option that I've enabled in this game and it's available to disable when you start. They actually ask you at the beginning of the game if you want that enabled, and then of course the medicine. Then up here is where your stocks are, your tools, where you get to clean up your dog. This is the pooper scooper, the bucket for filling up for water for the dogs, and of course the sponge for cleaning the dogs up, the dog's food, because each dog, they have a different preference for food, as you guys can see. For Oasis, his preference is the blue one, Mountain Balance. They also have their own traits, which is again something. Oh, there's a dog here. There's something that I think one of my helpers took the dog to be bathed. But yeah, each of the personality, it changes over time, and what personality you get, it's kind of random. Hi, Lexington. Low energy, bad with dogs, food aggressive. He is a green food lover. So what I usually do when I get new dogs is that I vaccinate them, which, you know, gives the dogs additional stars, makes them even more what do you call this, desirable. Okay, green food. Can you go with, there we go. I'll just put them there, even though I can only have one, but we have a visitor. So I'm gonna show you guys how adoption works here. I really want a dog that's good with kids and is trained. So there are 2 ways we can go about this. We can use, oh no, there's an injured dog. I'll deal with that later. But you can use the leash to simply pick a dog like that, or this is what I actually prefer, use the ribbon. So I press F in order to get the data on the dogs. I just hover like this. Bad with dogs, good with kids. So we need someone who is good with kids. If there's no dog, I just pick one. from the list because, you know, they end up getting adopted sometimes, even if good with cats and trained. Because sometimes, as I've said, they still get adopted. Bad with dogs. So I have to find someone. I still need one. Okay, one dog. You're coming with me, random dog. So yeah, so now they end up here at basically the showroom, and then after that, after we picked up our dogs, we talk to whoever wants them. Are you ready for me to look at some dogs? Select yes, and then this is the part that's kind of annoying because you can't speed it up. You actually have to wait. Every time someone wants to adopt, you have to like watch through them, look at each and every single dog and gauge if they want that dog or not. Now, as I've unlocked a bit some skills, should someone wanting to adopt a dog not end up wanting to adopt, like if the bar up on the upper screen, if the bar up there doesn't turn green, like it's so close, I can opt to try to get them to change their mind, which lowers our reputation a bit, but reputation in this game is really easy to get, you know? You know, I love them all, but Murky is something special. Can you get them ready for me to take home? So with that, Murky, our cute little pup like right here, press the left shift and then left shift and click to give them to whoever wants the dog. Are you ready to get home, Murky? Let's go! So once that is done, I simply bring the dogs back to their kennels using the magic ribbon. So Baby Blue, who likes green food, is sick again. But oh my gosh, yes, some dogs, they are very difficult to control, and bigger dogs you tend to like be dragged around a bit. Wait, when you're trying to get them to places, which is a bit troublesome, but you know. Hold on a sec. I need one more dog. Whoa! What is going on? What is going on? No, I'm sorry. That is not what I was trying to do. Oasis. Okay, I need a green food. Oh my god. Okay. I need the green food. That is not... Yeah, there are some bugs here that makes it difficult. There's already green food. That's good. In you guys go. Whoa. What? Okay, so yeah, as I've said, graphical glitches. Oh my goodness. Okay, Lexington. Bro, what are you doing? Why are you over there? Again, glitches abound in this game still. I know they're trying to fix it, but yeah, it's kind of difficult to play at times. But we have another visitor. Like, I want to show you guys the computer because that's where a lot of things are happening as well. Hi, I'm looking for a dog that's quiet. Let me know when you're ready. A quiet dog is a... I'm not gonna finish that. Submissive, not necessarily quiet. Shy, could be quiet. Dominant, nope. Pick this one. I also try to like pick the dogs that has been in the shelter for a while now because I don't want to put them down. I mean that is an option, and I haven't used it and I don't want to use it. So I try to like get the older dogs adopted. Are you ready for me to look at the dogs? Okay, let's okay, I'll take a look at the dog. Another thing is that as you're playing this game, or as I'm playing this game, I can't help but kind of feel a little bit anxious with this whole bar thing that's going on the upper side of the screen, or the upper part of the screen, because I honestly want all the dogs adopted. I don't want, again, to euthanize any of them. in this game, I love dogs, you know. I have a dog and I just want all of them to have a family that loves them, you know, find a family that loves them. So this game, it really makes me happy, you know, despite the bugs, despite the glitches, despite how few options we have. So right now, we didn't actually meet his standards, so his desire to adopt, it isn't quite there yet, as shown by the orange bar. But as I've said, we can persuade them or ask them to play. Now, persuade, we lose 3 reputation points, and we don't really know if they'll end up adopting anyone. Play is what I like to choose usually. I use persuade a lot before, back when I haven't unlocked play, because these options and quite a couple more, you unlock them on your skill tree. But anyway, let's select play. 30 minutes. We're gonna be eating 30 minutes of our time just to, you know, in the hopes that this kid is going to adopt one of the dogs. So what if you took some time to play with them? He plays with them. What happens? Yep, the bar goes up. You know, I really love almond roca. Can you get them ready for me to take home? So yeah, goodbye almond roca. I hope you have fun with this kid. Let's go. Thank you for your help. We have another visitor here. I'm looking for a dog that's intelligent. Let me know when you're ready. So I'm not gonna change. I'm just gonna pick another dog. So looking for an intelligent dog. Okay, Princess, you're going in because you're a little bit old. You're getting old. You've stayed a long time here at the shelter. Yes. Okay, I'll take a look at the dogs. The thing is, I actually don't have any experience with dog shelters. Like, there is a dog pound here, and they don't... I don't think they offer such a variety of dogs as I think those from other countries do, because there are a lot of stray dogs here in this country, and it's those type of dogs that end up I think they're called Aspens. They're the ones that end up mostly in the pound, and some people, they do adopt them, but I think that such an occurrence here is quite rare, since people would rather buy puppies, you know, with a breed. You know, I really love Scrappy. Can you get them ready to take home? Scrappy, goodbye, old chum. I still feel bad for Princess. She hasn't been adopted yet. Okay, put these dogs back to their kennels. We have Gus. Okay, Gus likes red food. Oh my god, we're running out of time, but that's fine. We can still check the what do you call this? The computer. I still need the yellow. We can check the computer later on as we're clocking out. But yeah, Gus likes red food. Put him put Gus here. So this big kennel, it can house 4 dogs. This one can only house 1, this just 1, the L shape can only house 1, this can house 2, and the thing I like about this one is that it allows me to, or allows the dogs rather, to go outside without me having to actually bring them outside, because I do have a play area for them, which I will show you guys later. We have another visitor. I'm looking for a dog that's high energy. Let me know when you find them. Okay, a high energy doggo. Dominant. Maybe that's high. Actually, you know, those traits, they are written here, you know, in the personality traits section. But again, as I've said, sometimes you can just throw random dogs in and they'll get adopted even if they don't necessarily have the trait that high energy, that's the complete opposite of high energy. They don't, even though if they don't have the trait that the person trying to adopt wants. Okay, let's go. So yeah, this is gonna take a long time again because there's really no way to speed this up, this process up. There's no skip button, there's no fast forward button to just, you know, speed this up. I've seen this scene a lot of times in this game. I've played this game for 11 hours now, I think. But yeah, I'm not sure if we can meet. We can, like, get that bar to the green. Oh, I think we can. Please adopt one of the older dogs. Please adopt them. Okay. Who are you gonna adopt? You know, I really love Baby Blue. Can you get them ready? Okay, Baby Blue it is. I just got Baby Blue. And she is already leaving. I feel bad for the puppies. Do we have any... We have a new puppy. Drooly, purebred, sensitive stomach hound who loves the green food. Again, I like, again, to give the dogs their shots because it not only does it increase... Okay, it's closed. Green food, right? Green food. Not only does it increase, like, their adaptability, like to 4 stars, as you can see, they have all the vaccines that makes them even more desirable, but it also helps keep diseases from spreading in the shelter. So even if it's a little bit expensive, it does. Before we head here, I want to show you guys the play area that you can unlock. But yeah, it does. You will still end up saving money. So this is the play area. You can put dogs here, and you can play with them using this ball. Maybe I'll squeeze in one more day. 3 hours of overtime. So this is the computer. This is where a lot of things happen. Now the foster network, you unlock this as part of the story. So you can't really miss it. Here you can set up, like, put dogs or ask these families, which, you know, it's their numbers will grow over time, and if you keep doing events, so you can put dogs here and then select confirm, and they will take care of the dogs. And there are times that where they end up adopting the dogs themselves. There are times when they don't. So it's really a toss-up, even though according to the game they will adopt the dogs most of the time. I still have Carl and Chiwi here, and Rice Bowl and Ronin, which I've placed here a long time ago, and they're still there. So I'm just hoping that these foster care or just these homes don't return the dogs to me and tell me to euthanize them. That would be so sad. And here we have the dog log, which lists all the dogs that you have. So these are all the dogs that I have, and you can filter them by name, by age, size, breed, whether they're sick or not, days at the shelter, adaptability, and their status. Down here, we have the shop where we can purchase the items that we may need. Now, the game doesn't really say this as part of the tutorial, but if you want to buy 10 sets of items, like 10 of these, just hold down the left shift button and click. It will give you that option to buy 10 of each of the items. But I'm not gonna buy all of that. I still have a couple. I don't really need them just yet. Also, you can upgrade your leashes. So far, I've only managed to buy this one, which is the reason why it's sold out. I have no idea why these two are sold out. Same goes with the apron. I've bought apron Mark II, so it's sold out, but I have no idea what the reason is, or what do I need to do in order to unlock the upgrades for these two other upgrades for the apron. But yeah, once you've selected the items that you want to buy, yeah, I still have a lot of food. You just press checkout and you'll pay for those items and you'll get them. Now, here is Bark Book, which is where you can find a news feed. You have your own, it's a social media site. All right, Bark Book. And here you can sometimes find pictures of the dogs that you or that other people have adopted. And if you have the skill already unlocked, you can like those pictures and get a reputation boost in return. In Bark Book, you can also set up events. You have to do this as the day is going on. Like, you can only go to these events or plan this, schedule these events as the shelter is open, and it will eat the time specified on whatever the event is. You can also like modify and upgrade and you know, build up your shelter like this. I honestly do not like how they've set up this whole screen. Like, building up your shelter, I don't like how they did it, because we can't move any of these. We can't. And the only way we can move them is if we demolish the item first and then build a new one, which is, you know, it eats up quite a lot of resources. Even if you have the skill where you get some of those resources back, it still eats quite a lot. And over here on the left side, you can see all of the rooms that I've unlocked. There really isn't that much. Also, all the kennels and miscellaneous items, which is basically the door. We cannot put up decorations. We cannot do anything apart. You know, we can't change anything aesthetically about how this shelter looks, apart from being able to change where's the walls and the flooring of the shelter, which is something you still would need to unlock the skill of. Also, as I've said, you can expand the land where your shelter is. I actually don't need it because, as you guys can see, I have a lot more space available to me. Apart from that, let's exit, because we can't click on anything if we don't exit the shelter constructor. We have leashed in, where, before that, we have to actually clock out. I'm just gonna clock out because I need you guys to see this. So yeah, they give us a breakdown of our finances. Also, well, the new dogs that we got, the dogs that got adopted, and then the skill points. We're given the skill points. So you have to select confirm, which is this button right here, which my face is unfortunately blocking. I'll try to move this. Okay, there we go. So yeah, just select confirm. You'll get, depending on the number of stars, you get that much points. And you can use the points in Leashed In. So I got 4 points. And as I've said, I've unlocked quite a bit as I've been playing. Enrichment activities, maximum fun. I don't really need that. Reputation, I don't really need reputation that much, because I've already unlocked like the maximum amount. And as for this one, as useful as extending the hours can be, there are times when you have absolutely nothing to do. There are no new dogs, there are no NPCs coming in to adopt dogs, so you're basically just in the shelter doing nothing. And I don't want to extend that for 15 minutes, so I haven't unlocked this just yet. And we have public relations. Fosters can gain. I don't use fosters that much, so I haven't really touched these. Now, handiwork is where I've spent most of, but yeah, before I forget, public relations is also where these skills are, which is basically the skills that allow you to goad the NPCs into adopting the dogs. But yeah, I feel like one of the things that you would have to unlock first and invest in is in handiwork, because this is where the facilities get unlocked. Like so. Also, this enables you to have your helpers move that much quickly. Okay, I'm gonna try to... I just put all of my points in trying to get the advanced play space just for the completionist in me. I don't really use the play space. Apart from like setting up your skills or buying skills in Liechtenstein, you can also manage our staff. So I only have these two. In order to get or to hire more staff, we have to build more break rooms. But the thing is, I don't really need to, because as I've said, I'm finding that having these two, someone to add water and clean the poop and another one to clean the dogs themselves, just sort of alleviates other of my responsibilities. So I'm just left with feeding the dogs and taking care of them if they get sick. And I end up having such long periods of time where I just am not doing anything, and the game ends up pretty boring. So I just stuck with these two helpers for now. So yeah, but you can check the resumes. You can hire them if you want, if you have the room for them. Energy here, it talks about how much work these people, these applicants can do, and enthusiasm is how many kinds of work they can do, which is denoted by these, because you can pick whatever you want up for them, like so. But I'm keeping it as is. And once you have checked everything and you feel like everything is well, then you can just click on next day. But the summary here, this is the reports page. You can see the grants. We can select what we want to do, like health inspection, animal care grant, provide 3 dogs, so take this grant. So yeah, we can select that. If we finish it, then we will get these amount of money, 1,300 coins. Then here's the milestone, which is basically just the game's equivalent of achievements, and they're pretty basic. You just play the game as you normally would, and you would still end up doing them without going so far as trying to farm anything. But once you're done, click on next day, and that's the whole day. So as you guys may have seen, the game could be pretty chill, though the controls themselves take a little bit of getting used to. Currently, there are also a lot of bugs in the game, like when you don't put the tools back and end your shift, you may find yourselves unable to return them the following day. Or when you're browsing events you could hold, you may not be able to select an event you've clicked on to check the details of. There are also graphical glitches and frame drops, the inability to check grants from the mayor apart from the first one she offers, dogs having the same breed and name but only differing in the type of food they eat, stuff like that. Some of these bugs can be remedied by exiting your current game and reloading your save file. Others will depend on future patches and updates. Having said that, To the Rescue is a pretty nice game to play and one that can eat up a lot of your time. Despite the few customization options, lack of certain quality of life features like the ability to move and reorganize your dog shelter, and a story mode that doesn't feel like it has an actual story. 11 hours in, and apart from the goal of finding homes for the dogs, I honestly have no idea what our characters' motivations are, or if this should even be considered a story mode. It actually feels like a stretch calling it that. The fact that 20% of the developer's profit for the game's sale going towards real dog shelters through the Pet Finder Foundation, their charity partner, however, is also something to think about if you want to support this indie title. And that's about all we have for today's indie game spotlight on To the Rescue from Little Rock Games, which is available for the Nintendo Switch and PC and Mac through Steam. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, you guys know the drill. Dream on, fly on. Bye bye for now. Keep safe, everyone.
Someday we'll have a last conversation, drink our last cup of coffee. Someday we might be 80 and think about the different things we used to say.